Listen to AM 560 The Answer online at 560theanswer.com, on the AM 560 mobile app, on your Alexa-powered smart speaker, and on TuneIn, iHeart, and on Odyssey. Now, from the Signature Bank Studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson. America First with Sebastian Gorka, today at 3, right before Sean Thompson at 4 on AM 560. The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. By the way, just a postscript on the conversation about Northwestern we had with personal injury attorney Stephen Levin. Yeah. Minnesota, University of Minnesota, PJ Fleck is under fire too. Some former players alleging the program was like a cult, fraught with intimidation and toxicity. There are some specific allegations. There was an internal investigation done with respect to allegations that they were prescribing painkillers that are illegal, that you can't prescribe in the NCAA. And the parties accused were exonerated. So there's that. But it's more so, specific allegations, fine, let's address specific allegations. But these general terms, it's a cult, it's fraught with intimidation and toxicity. Have you ever played football? Have you ever been in a team sport? I mean, if you want to look at it through the jaundiced eye of the person who seeks to be victimized, seeks to play the role of the victim, well, you're going to find it. And this was sort of my overarching point in the conversation with Levin. What's the limiting principle here? Who are the responsible parties specifically? I mean, sustained physical abuse, that's called a football game.
Well, and practice is hard. I mean, they practice for hours.
He made me go on the kickoff team and get my brains kicked in over and over again every time we scored. Although you don't have to worry about that at Northwestern.
Well, and then the female volleyball player who claims that alleges she was victimized, she said that they treated her differently after she tested positive for COVID. Excuse me. It's like, well, so what? I mean, the whole world was treating people differently if they had COVID or if they didn't get vaccinated.
You think it's tough in Northwestern? You should be a dancer for Lizzo. 3 former dancers for Lizzo. You know who Lizzo is.
How could you miss her, Dan?
Yeah, she's a big girl who wears not much in the way of clothing. Also, she's got 3 dancers that are suing her.
Ooh, what happened?
They were subjected to weight shaming, sexually denigrating behavior, and pressuring them to participate in disturbing sex shows. I don't know if this happened in at Northwestern or Lizzo's dressing room. Cast members were invited to take turns touching the nude performers. Why are there nude performers? Don't know. Haven't seen Lizzo live yet. Catching dildos launched from the performers' vaginas.
Oh,
and eating bananas protruding from the performers' vaginas.
Okay, gross. What is this, a bachelor party? A bad bachelor party?
I don't know, but I don't know. So we'll see if some people have repressed memories of the women's lacrosse team at Northwestern along the lines of being a Lizzo dancer. Yeah, so it's rampant. More market opportunities for trial lawyers. All right, let's switch gears and get ourselves out of the gutter there, Amy.
You brought it up.
It's true. Beverly Richardson is a junior at Mechanicsville High School in Mechanicsville, Virginia, and she is the winner of the Network of Enlightened Women's 2023 essay contest. The Network of Enlightened Women. We'll learn more about that. Beverly Richardson joins us now. Beverly, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Good morning. How are y'all?
Good morning.
Good.
So tell us about this essay contest and the topic that you selected to write about.
So the whole prompt was, what is it like to be a woman in 2023, which is super awesome. I was very excited, but I also decided to write about transgender gentlemen in my restroom, which is also very controversial, which is very hard to talk about for certain people, such as my peers and everything. So I felt like it was kind of a way for me to step in and kind of talk about how I felt about it.
And so what is your perspective about a dude in your bathroom at school?
I don't like it. It makes me feel very unsafe, kind of like how my peers feel. They feel very unsafe in that situation, but they felt like they couldn't talk about it, which is very hard because our school says that everybody's welcome and anybody can talk about what they need to with the counselors. But once we go to talk about it, the counselors dismiss it.
And so,
So
like,
if
how do you and your friends, how do you interact with this young man who's you know, transitioning or impersonating a woman at
We
school?
feel as if we can't really say anything like about it, so we're very nice to him. I personally don't really talk to him much because it makes me uncomfortable, but I have talked to him in the past. Um, but it made me feel very uncomfortable talking to this gentleman.
well, is he doing this for show, or do you believe that he's really transitioning?
I think he's doing. I don't really know. I think he is transitioning, but I think it's very sickening at the same time because we were made this way. I don't believe you should change your gender, but that's just my opinion, to be honest. So
Yeah, well, that's
I think
that's
he's.
good. Well, that's why you won the contest, is by expressing your opinion. And what is your opinion about the teachers and mentors at school? What they should be, what they should be teaching you and your friends at school?
I think that we should be taught that it is okay to speak our opinion, but many of the teachers dismiss it. I went to go talk to many of my teachers, and they just dismissed it because they're scared to say anything. They're scared they're going to lose their job over it. Um, so having that situation and all that is very hard for us students who feel unsafe, who feel like we can't do anything about it,
And
which
what?
is very.
Yeah, and what do you think they should be teaching boys and girls about being boys and girls?
I think that we shouldn't be able to change our gender. I mean, I don't think that they should be teaching that it's okay. I mean, it is considered a sin to change your gender, which that's in many religions. I mean, they decided to change our churches, which is very hard. They decided they're going to take out certain things in the Bible to make people feel comfortable, and that's not okay.
And what do you
That's
think the parents' role should be in all of this?
they should be the ones who are deciding if they should teach their child that or not the schools. I wrote about that in my paper. Actually, many teachers are like talking about these books that are talking about transitioning and being gay and all this, and they're children's books. That should not be okay. I mean, they are having their situations where they're deciding which books should and shouldn't go into schools, but if they weren't doing that, many of these books would be in our schools, which is very concerning. I, as a child, even if I was a parent in this time, I would not want my child to be taught that. That is not okay.
And this is a public school you go to, right?
Yes, I
Hmm.
go to a public school.
And like, do most of your students, the kids in your class, do they, even whether they're willing to speak out about it like you do or not, do they basically agree with you, or do they think that it's okay if boys want to identify as girls and girls identify as boys and the like?
I think it's the way, it depends on how they were raised. I was raised in a very traditional household with a lot, we were very conservative. We did not believe it is okay, but at the same time, my parents do not speak out about it because they're scared. I'm not scared to talk about anything. It is what it is. It's my. They can just get
Have
over
you
it.
thought about
But
transferring to a private school? I mean, did you ever get to
I
that
would
point where you
love
thought,
to be able to, but at the same time, with our money situation we've had for years, we would not be able to. But if I had the opportunity to, I definitely would.
How are you treated? I mean, so we're all talking about how, like, this guy who's pretending to be a girl is being treated. How are you being treated by speaking out when so many people are afraid to speak out? They obviously feel there are going to be repercussions, and you don't seem to care as much. So how are you being treated?
Well, we haven't started school back yet since this paper, so I don't know yet. But I mean, it is what it is. It's my opinion. I'm allowed to speak out about it, and if they don't like it, well, that's kind of just how it is.
I love
I
it.
said what I said. They don't like it. I mean, I don't know what to tell them.
What is
Yeah,
what,
and you,
what is this network of enlightened women? How did you get involved in this essay contest?
My mentor, she was a part of the network in Enlightened Women, and she saw this contest, and she thought I would be interested. So she helped me out with getting me into it and teaching me a little bit about them, and I really liked it. So I decided, why not?
And what'd you win for having the winning essay?
I got a scholarship. It's around $500-ish, which is wonderful. I also got an experience.
Yeah, great.
That's what I'm more is the experience.
and you get to be on Chicago's Morning Answer. I mean, you won the
Sure,
lotto right there.
star turn. Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right.
Wonderful.
things
Your
are
careers are
happening.
about to be launched, just like ours were. Hello.
It's wonderful. I'm
yeah.
very
No, it's great. So wait, you're going to be a junior this year?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna be a junior. I don't know if I'm gonna have full classes. I know I'm gonna have at least one full day of classes. So we'll see how that goes. I'm very excited.
And then what, are you already looking ahead? What's next for you? You know, going to college, running for office, being president. What are you going to do?
Well, I definitely am looking into Liberty University. That is one of my biggest places I would like to go. I'm also looking into Longwood, which has been a childhood favorite of mine because I used to go there for my programs and stuff, for the Gifted and Talented, which was wonderfully awesome. I loved it there. I grew up there, actually. Those are the two main ones I'm looking at.
Well, this is excellent. You're a delightful young lady, and keep that attitude of I'm going to speak my mind, I'm going to voice my opinion, and that's just the way it is. I love that. Beverly Richardson is a junior at Mechanicsville High School in Mechanicsville, VA, and she's the winner of the Network of Enlightened Women's 2023 essay contest. I'll tweet out her essay, which is Transgender Ideology is Making Education Worse. She has the courage to speak out, so maybe more of us should as well. Beverly Richardson, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck to you.
You're welcome. Thank you for letting me come on.
Thank you. And she joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
The stories you need to know to start your day. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Rick Borick, host of Unleash Your Wealth.
When the stock market struggles, when inflation is high, you need to start looking through the inventory of all your accounts and say, is every one of these investments working as hard as it could be? Because every month during high inflation that you waste, you're losing 8 or 9% a year.
Unleash Your Wealth, Saturday at 7 a.m. and our new time at 2 p.m. here on AM 560, The Answer.
AI is going to completely transform our world. Some people are calling this the Chat GPT for traders, and the platform is VantagePoint. Did you know VantagePoint has been perfecting AI for traders since the late 1980s? VantagePoint is an AI-powered software that uses pattern recognition to identify market trends before they become obvious. I'm talking about generative AI capable of forecasting financial market data and helping traders find the best trades with up to 87.4% proven accuracy. Text MONEY to 813-813 for a free live class to learn more about AI for traders. And as a bonus for attending, you'll receive a free copy of the VantagePoint Accuracy Study. Text the word MONEY to 813-813.
Trading involves financial risk and is not suitable for all investors.